going live. Right on. Let's get Instagram on. Yes. All right. Oh, so cool. So cool. So cool. Welcome, everybody. Welcome. My name is Joy D. Fanning. Hey, Luna. I'm of Astronaut of Life. I help spiritual seekers go inward to explore through meditation. That's the jam. So this is the weekly energy update. I don't know about you guys, but this week has been a little weird. Like in good and bad ways. It's just been a little weird for me. And I titled this reading, this video, "Don't Fall in the Quicksand," and that was based on this message I received this morning from my guides. Hey, everybody, welcome. Hey, Linda. Yay. Because it mentioned quicksand, and then ironically, my husband and I watch a TV show while we eat our dinner, and of all the things, there was a quicksand scene in the show. I mean, it's like I shouldn't be surprised at this point, but I still am. So we're gonna start with like the message itself that I got this morning, and to give a little context, like yesterday I was really like struggling mentally with this energy of worry, and I got a beautiful message yesterday. I'll read it real quick to you because I can see it. It said, "This worry is hard to free because you've given a lot of your energy away to this issue." So I was thinking about this issue that I'm worrying about, which for me was finances. And it was like, Joy, you're giving your energy to it. You've kind of built it up. That's why it's so hard to get out of. You've already like fattened it, basically. So now you're trying to push it out of the way, but it's so fat because you've been feeding it that you can't move it very well. And they told me, call your energy back to yourself. Set the expectation that money will come. Fight with these thoughts just like you've done in the past. So, what that was referencing was more of like a personal thing for me because let me figure out how many years ago that was. I want to say in like 2016, 2015, 2016. That's like 7 years ago ish, right? I was like straight up depressed, you guys. Like I couldn't even make it through my work day without like crying and leaving early because I was like just bombarded by these negative thoughts that came from traumatic relationships I had had. And I just kept hearing these voices of these people who would say negative things to me. And I ended up in therapy, which was a beautiful thing. And my therapist was like, well, Joy, you can like pick a fight with those thoughts. You don't have to listen to them. I was like, what? So I did. And over time, they went away. And I healed, obviously through therapy and then inner work, I healed a lot of that. So they were reminding me that that's always still an option. When those thoughts come, you can tell them to fuck off. You can be mad. And I've heard a lot of other people be like, you want to be neutral, you want to, be this way with your thoughts. I think in the moment, you just do what you got to do. All right. Like, if you need to cuss it out, cuss it out. Maybe eventually you can be neutral, but if there's a lot of emotion and energy, just do what you got to do to kind of calm your mind down. So that helped me yesterday. And then this morning, I was like, oh man, I can still feel these thoughts trying to like bug me like little gnats or flies flying around. And let me see. This is the message I got this morning. You are shifting out of a dense energy, like breaking free from quicksand. Entertaining these negative thoughts will just make you sink. So if you've watched any like old movies or whatever, whenever there's like this pit of quicksand, the more you move, the faster you sink, right? And that was just like, oh my gosh. That's exactly what I've been doing. I'm like in this quicksand of worry, and I'm just like, and I'm looking down and all this quicksand, and I'm freaking out. That's essentially what I've been, that energy I was in yesterday. And they said, being still and letting the universe help you will break you free from this dense energy you are in. Well, so that just means, right? Just like real quicksand, the more still you are, the slower you're going to sink down. And if you actually look up, you're probably going to see the hand of the universe, of source, of God, whatever you want to call, right there, ready to help you get out of it. But if you're looking down, I mean, you don't know it's there, right? You're not paying attention. Yeah. My guides like to call me out on my shit. That's kind of what they're there for. Let me see. So, break from this energy. Your heart is in alignment, but your mind is stuck. We want these both to be on the same page. So, what they're telling me is your heart's in the right place, like you can feel it, but you need to let this get in alignment with your heart. Give it time. Know that it is already done or written. It is simply time to live this part of the story out. Now, I remember as I was writing this, I was getting a visual of like a screenplay. So think of when you make a movie, it's all written down already, right? The story is written. There is no what's going to happen. Everybody who's involved knows what's going to happen. And essentially, that's kind of true for us too, right? Before we came here, we agreed to certain things. And now I'm literally just acting out this scene. I'm living out this scene that's already been kind of done. Then they said, you are doing well, dear one, and all your effort will not go unnoticed. View this time as an opportunity, knowing you are shifting. What growth you have made. Give gratitude for this shift as it is for your good. So that one really hit me home because yesterday I didn't like give any gratitude really that I can remember. So today, every time I'm like even remotely thinking about my thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. And I channeled a little bit more for this coming week and gratitude came up again. But what I think is so cool is this quicksand analogy that was given to me, like I said in the beginning, it showed up again in this random old 80s sci fi show my husband and I are watching, which, if you're watching on YouTube, I'd put the link down there just because I'm mentioning it. And it's called V. It's from the 1980s. It's as old as me. um, but there was this scene and there was the quicksand and I was like, oh my gosh, here it is showing up again. Like they are really getting this message out, man. But you know what? I've spent all day today working on my website, just having a good old time, getting so laser focused and creating this website to make it look just how I want. Please go check it out, astronautoflife.com. You can check out my work. And I've tried to just simplify it, make it less busy, make it look pretty. Thank you, Linda. Yeah, and you know what was so crazy? So I'm just doing that all day. I'm talking to a few friends, but I'm mainly like just all up in this website and writing and making graphics and moving things around and finding links, and you know how it goes. I'm doing all this. When I think about it, I'm giving up the gratitude, man. And those negative thoughts are just nowhere to be found. And as fate would have it, I get the first few people signed up on my Patreon. So, Diana, Jackie, and Jill, thank you so much for supporting me in that way. I really, really, truly appreciate it. Um, there's enough money there now to ensure that, like, the Zoom and TubeBuddy and all these other little things I use for my business will always be paid for. So that's a really beautiful thing. And I'm like, notice for me, it's like notice joy that this happened today versus yesterday. My Patreon's been up all week long, but it happened today when I'm in gratitude. And another message I got yesterday was to, like, don't give your thoughts to, well, that's today with the quicksand. Don't look down, look up. So that's what I did. And then boom, right? Isn't that just so beautiful? So I tagged that random 80s show. To me, it's pretty funny because the acting is, and the writing, I find a lot of plot holes as a writer, but I love sci-fi, so I don't mind really. But I put it down there just if you want to go down that rabbit hole. But as I was cooking dinner too, I was watching a white feather tarot video, which I've also tagged on YouTube down below. And it was like about your career. And like, what I do is when I'm cooking, I get my iPad and I just go on YouTube, and how it has those little things you always search for. I just click tarot, and there was the reading right there. And normally I like feel it out, and I'm like, ooh, which one do I want? We need the right topic, we need the right energy. But this one was just like, pick me. So I picked it, and I felt like pile one. And oh my God, it was such a beautiful reading for me because it was just like, oh, you've been putting in a lot of hard work, and you're going to start reaping all these benefits. And like, wow, this is like, you're doing really good, pile one. And I was like, what? Are you kidding me? Like, thank you. Right? That gratitude, man. That just, thank you, thank you, thank you. I was like, wow, that's really encouraging. And again, I watched it today, not yesterday. She just put it out today. I didn't watch it yesterday. I watched it today when I was in that gratitude, and I got that beautiful message. So that's just a little update about me. If you want to support me on Patreon, I would love to have you there. I try to put a lot of goodies on it for everybody. It's just patreon.com/astronaut of life. Um, Honestly, that would help. But I'm just really excited about it. But I want to get into the energy for this coming week. Another video I tagged below is from Tania Gabriella. Tania. I don't know if I'm pronouncing it. I don't have good phonics skills. Tanya. I get her emails, and I would totally suggest you do the same. I love her. She combines astrology and numerology in a very unique way, and it is so super cool. So this morning I was looking at her email, and it was just like, what? This is so amazing. Because I don't know about you, but I've talked to a few people, and they're having, like this. I don't like the word block, but there's like this, their intuition isn't working, or like for me, my meditation feels a little off, and it's just like, what's going on? Why is this off? Like, don't think anything with me has changed. So what's going on here? I think it's gonna end, you guys. Just based on what she wrote and like what I just channeled. So I'm gonna go over. I'm looking at her email now on my computer, and so April 12th, which is in like what 4 days or so. There's Jupiter and Neptune are conjunct in Pisces, and this hasn't happened since 1856. So nobody alive right now, I'm assuming, has ever experienced this conjunction, basically. It's a once in a lifetime thing. And see, I don't know really shit about astrology, just very little, and very little about numerology. That's why I like finding people I resonate with who do know about it, like this Gabrielle lady. So she also says Jupiter's growth, expansion, optimism, and solutions merges with Neptune's spirituality, dreams, compassion, unconditional love, and imagination. So that sounds like a happy party to me. That sounds like a freaking happy party, right? Like growth, expansion, optimism, spirituality, dreams, compassion, unconditional love, imagination. Like, it's literally like rainbows and sprinkles, guys. Like, that just sounds like a super happy time. I'm gonna move my camera or my phone over so I can read this. Or you know what? Let me just make the box smaller. There we go. So she says it's a water theme. Storylines will cleanse, purge, and create a tremendous renewal. Which I've also had a few friends talk about, like moving into their new self and stuff. So this is like next week. This is the coming week, right? I don't know when the 12th is, but Jupiter gives you faith. Neptune is about dissolution of judgment and joining higher consciousness. That's cool to know. I hope I remember that. I'm going to put this over. Yeah. Now, Jupiter is expanding Neptune. Magical mysticism is being awakened in you. Dreams are coming true as you have more faith in divinity, faith in spirituality, faith in abundance. I mean, you guys, go us. What a time, right? She says, constantly remind yourself to be in love with everything you see. That's the freaking gratitude. Freaking gratitude right there. Otherwise, we will be in judgment of it. So to me, it's like you can look at the quicksand and like, or you can look up and be like, you know what? I love you. Thank you. I know I'm going to get out of this, and just have a light heart about it. There is no need for more information. There is a great need for more heart. Jupiter instills the joy that lifts us out of our mind and into laughter. Go back into our quicksand, right? Jupiter instills the joy that lifts us out of our mind. So to me, the mind is the quicksand. The heart is letting you look up and grab that hand that source has. Embrace joy and wisdom. Jupiter's exuberant help Jupiter's exuberance helps to lighten up your heart. So yeah, if you are on YouTube, you can see that link. She has a little video and you can watch it where she goes over all that. Strongly suggest getting on her newsletter. And for my Instagram people, her name again is Tania Gabriella. I can't see what you're seeing, but that's what she looks like. That's her thing. I'm not really in. I love reading her emails, but I'm not that big on newsletters and emails. Oh, I just say that, but sorry, I just cracked myself up. since I worked on my website today, I added a free meditation if you join my newsletter, and that's a meditation for your higher self. And you can download it, listen to it as much as you want, whatever. If you want that, head to my website, astronautoflife.com, kind of scroll to the middle, you'll see the little thing. And I checked the link, it works. You can fill it out, and boom, it'll direct you to the free higher self meditation. So that's pretty spiffy doodle, right? Okay, let's see. So before I got on, I asked my guides, I said, hey, thank you for today, for putting people in my life who support what I do and want me to succeed, because that's awesome. That's abundance right there. And then I was like, well, what messages you got for this upcoming week, you guys? And they put in my mind that Tania and Gabriella, so that's why I'm talking about her, and I read her email to you. There's more in that email, but that's just all I wanted to share. Here's what they told me. Your connections to spirit will strengthen. Now, this is for the upcoming week, including the 12th, all next week, basically till next Friday. Take joy in this. Open your heart space and let joy in. That's my cat. This will be easier next week for you. So, for those of us that have felt like this, I don't want to say separation, but like this distance from our spiritual stuff, that's going to ease up. It's going to come back. We're going to feel that connection again. Ew. Well, here we go. If you've been feeling lost or stagnant, know that this is about to change. When the energies shift around you, give gratitude. There's that gratitude again, man. You can't give enough, right? Take action on what you want to build, but wait, I can't read my own writing. Oh, by the end of next week will be the full moon, and you will have time to reflect on what you are creating. So, as we start this upcoming week, we're going to have like this, right? This joy, this optimism, this spirituality, and we're just like, this is amazing. It's a happy party. And then by the end of the week, we'll be around the new moon energy, and we'll have time to reflect on all this and like what's going on. Where do I want to put my attention? Anything you do or create in love will prosper. Always take joy in creating and doing your divine work. Give gratitude. And I'm really big on asking how. I'm always asking my guides, well, how do I do it? What are you talking about? How? What's the best way? I want to know how. So they tell me how. So this is how they said to do it, to give gratitude. Okay, because I mean, I think you can give it in any way you want. It doesn't really matter, but I just like asking how. They said how to give gratitude. Put your hands on your heart space and feel thankful or feel the gratitude energy. Just like meditate. It doesn't, you can take a long time, you can take a short time. Put your hands there, feel thankful, and think or say what you are thankful for. So I am thankful for Patreon members. I'm thankful for all my friends and family who love and support me. I am thankful for my husband, for my little kitty cat rubbing on my leg right now. I'm thankful for the yummy dinner I had. I'm thankful for that cool random 80s show I'm watching. I'm thankful for all of these things. This creates energy of gratitude all around you and will stay in your energy field longer. So, to me, it's like the opposite of the quicksand, or essentially, you are changing the quicksand from negative energy to positive energy. But it really, quicksand's negative. So let's just say you rise above it and you're like a freaking bird or something. So I think last week I did a little meditation in the beginning, which I completely forgot to do this time. Okay, so let's just do it now that we got the how, and kind of focus on some gratitude here, guys. So I don't have any music, but let's just take a second here together. Don't mind QB. He's, QB. Let's take some deep breaths. Just kind of calming down. Put your hands on your heart if you haven't done so already. I just want to feel in this energy. Random tidbit. This heart space is such a powerful spot. For me, it's where I tap into my inner strength, my inner power, my inner peace. All that stuff lives in your heart space. But today we're gonna do gratitude. I'm sorry, his tail tickles my face. So I want you to think about what you're thankful for. Either say it out loud or in your mind. And just really feel for this energy of gratitude and thankfulness. It can be as small as having the time to watch this video, having a yummy snack today, or something big, right? Like maybe you got a promotion today, or maybe you bought a house today. It can be big or small. All of it's the same energy. So let's just take a moment or two to give some gratitude. Amen. As I'm giving this gratitude, I can see and sense this energy just entering my field. This is like a spiritual workout. Just like when we work out our bodies, that those movements we do, it stays and helps our bodies over the next few hours, right? So does this practice of giving gratitude. It stays in our energy. For me, this energy is like a pink and a yellow. It's very beautiful. I just see it radiating out. Oh, all right. You guys can open your eyes. That was beautiful. No, I love that. How? Thank you, guys. I usually keep my hands on my lap in meditation, but I don't be afraid to move them around either, like on your heart or even in the air, because in a sense, you're working, not in a sense, you truly are working with energy. And even if you can't see it and you're like, I don't know what I'm doing, if it feels intuitive, just go with it. There's nothing to be ashamed of there. But that's, I believe, all I got for today, you guys. Let me go through my little to-do list here of random things to remind you of. So, one, the new website's up. It looks amazing in my personal opinion. And mainly, you can get a free higher self meditation. I don't even remember how long it is. It's probably like 10 to 15 minutes long. You can download it, keep it, whatever you want to do. It's you found on my website, astronautoflife.com. Scroll to the middle, you'll find it. It's for signing up for my newsletter, which I send out roughly once a week. I'm not a huge newsletter person, so I'm not about spamming people, but that's where it's at. If you're already on my newsletter, then the next time I send it, I'll put a link, of course, to that meditation so you can get it as well. I also have some pre-recorded meditations on Gumroad, which if you're on Instagram, you can find in my bio link. If you're on YouTube, it's down below. Those are pay what you can. They're basically donation based. And same thing, you can keep them. They're just pre-recorded, roughly five. No, mine are a little longer than that. They're like 10 to 15 minutes long. I also make personalized meditations, and I do spiritual mentoring if that's something that interests you. If you have a spiritual business of any sort and you feel like you could use, that's okay, Linda. Thank you for showing up. I always love having you here. If you have a spiritual business and you could use some help making meditations, hit me up. I would totally love to connect with you and get something going. If you like tarot, I would also suggest checking out that reading. Once again, you can find it on YouTube. That one I talked about career. I believe she does 4 piles, so pick the pile that resonates with you. And if you're into astrology or numerology, and whether you know a lot about it or not, check out that Tania Gabriella, because I really just resonate with her. Tomorrow at 12 p.m. Eastern, 11 a.m. Central Time, I have my weekly meditation group on Zoom where we meet together and we meditate. If you want to join that, I would love to have you there. We do the meditation that goes up on YouTube on Mondays. So if you want to join that, that's on my Patreon, patreon.com/astronaut of life. It's just $3 to join to get access to that. Plus you get these daily, because I channel with my guides every morning. So you're gonna get what I channel every morning, just kind of like we've done in this video. And as time goes on, I have a few ideas of things I want to add, but I'm not ready to talk about those yet. So there's more on the way. There's more on the way there. You guys, oh, another big thing, which I don't have a link to, but I'll add it later. At the end of this month, on April 30th, which is a Saturday, and I'm in a group called Cosmic Events Meditations, and we're going to do a meditation on, oh my God, and that's like a really cool cosmic day. One, it's a new moon, the second new moon of this month, and there's a freaking solar eclipse that day. I mean, boom, 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 right? So we're going to meditate that day. I'm going to put the link. If you're on Instagram, I'm pretty sure I have it up, but on YouTube, I'll add it down below after this video because I'm excited about it. I haven't written it yet, but I'm excited for that because I'm like, that's going to be a powerful time, man. That's what I got going on this month. You guys, thank you so much for joining me. Thank you for being here. I appreciate all your love and support, and I love and support all of you. This has been such a blessing. Namaste.